At some point today, my hair was perfectly curled and everything looked lovely, okay? Don't exactly know what happened. I mean, that was about 12 hours ago, to be fair. This video was supposed to be up yesterday, and instead I am filming it tonight and hoping to get it up tonight. So my hair's a little messy, but you know what? It's okay because it's a good thing that this video is about beanies. Hey babes! Welcome back to MoonbaeCrochet. It's Brandy, and do you absolutely love the Harry Potter Slytherin vibes I'm bringing to this content today? Okay, we got the Slytherin themed cat ear beanie. We got the Herbology sweatshirt. We got the Slytherin watch band. Like, girl. Oh, also Harry. It should have been Draco, but I digress. Welcome to MoonbaeCrochet After Dark, where it's basically a cocktails and crochet talk, except I'm filming at night. The Carolina Panthers might not be able to win games, but at least they can keep my drink cold. So on this lovely fall evening today, I wanted to talk to you about crochet cat ear beanies and why they are the ultimate accessory that you need to make for yourself to accessorize this fall and winter, or if you like to crochet gifts for the holidays so that you can give them to people, because they are one, so quick and easy to make. Like, I'm basically going to explain to you exactly how to make one in this video. It's not going to be a full tutorial where I show you how to do it. I'm just going to explain it because it is that simple. Although, after this video is all done, if you guys feel like you do want a full, like, blown tutorial, you are a visual learner, you like to see things being done, I can most certainly do that for you. Just let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I think that this is like the perfect beginner pattern. It's like barely a pattern. Such a simple thing to do, just a super beginner with like the most basic shred of crochet experience and knowledge can do this project, okay? First of all, let me just get into why cat ear beanies are the best. First of all, just personally for me, I love the look of like a chunky knit or crochet beanie. Like, just take a good solid look at this, you guys. Like, look at how like nice and cutesy it looks. And you can make them in so many different color combos. You can do them striped, you can do them split color, you can do them solid colors, like so many options you can do. And there's nothing special that you need to do in order to make the cat ears, in case that wasn't obvious. It's quite literally just a crochet rectangle that you sew together on both sides, flip up the brim, and you got a cat ear beanie. Because you know why this happens? You crochet a long rectangle, you fold it in half, right? You sew the ends, so it's now just like a pocket of sorts. Pocket is for your head. When you fold up the brim, now it looks like you have a square shaped beanie. But the beauty is your head is round, it's not square. So when you put on the square beanie onto your round head, it creates these cute little like floppy ears, and you look like a little kitty cat. And honestly, I love that. I love everything about cats. I love cats. I'm a cat girl, okay? You can do them in any stitch you like. Like if you do it in single crochet, I think it'll be like extra stretchy. You will take longer, I think, to make one if you do it in single crochet, because, you know, single crochet just they don't grow as quickly, right? But you do get a really nice like ribbed effect if you do it in single crochet. This one I made here in half double crochet, which is my personal favorite stitch. Do you guys have favorite stitches? And I love the look that it creates, and it grows quicker than a single crochet, but it still gives that nice like stretchy ribbed effect. So I really like it. But you can also make them in double crochet stitches. I've seen people do that as well. The like ribbing is a little bit taller, and that's not my personal favorite look, but I do, you know, everybody has their own taste, so this is completely customizable to however you like. I feel like I'm speaking extremely fast, and I think that this video is actually going to be a lot shorter and quicker than most of my other videos. Maybe actually, I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. Do you guys like to hear me ramble, or do I talk too much? Don't answer that actually, because I am the way that I am, and I'm going to continue yapping, okay? But maybe if you guys don't like the yapping so much, this will be a good video for you, because I didn't realize that I actually don't have that many things to say. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's a cat ear beanie, like, you gotta make them. They're just so fun, so cute. I think like if you wore this out, people would be like, you'd be getting comments like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? And you could be like, girl, I made it. So anyways, okay, let me just get into the meat of this video. I made the base of a cat ear beanie. That way I could show you guys kind of how to finish one. And yeah, however, I will admit, I probably didn't make it in the best color as far as being able to like see it on camera and stuff. I made a black one, which, yeah, I know it's not that easy to see on camera, but also, what do you want from me? I don't know, I just thought that a solid black cat ear beanie would be a great accessory for this fall and winter, so I made a black one, but I started making a white one as well. But I only got about a third of the way, and I just really wanted to get this video up today, so I was like, you know what, forget it, like, yeah. But what I'm gonna end up doing with this one is, since it's solid black, once I pull up the brim, I actually want to do a little like a little yellow moon applique and like sew it to the middle part of the brim. That way it'll kind of look like Luna from Sailor Moon. Won't that be so cute? And that's why I was making the white one as well. I wanted to make one that looked like Artemis too, but alas, okay, I'm running out of time. I have so many videos that I've planned for you guys this fall and winter. I have pretty much all the videos that I want to upload for the rest of 2024 lined up, and it's honestly now just a matter of crocheting the stuff and filming the content and getting it up and just whatever. So I gotta sort of adhere to a schedule here. Okay, this video again was supposed to be up yesterday, but yeah, so here we are. Okay, so I actually did not finish this one off, but it is done. I just like pulled up the loop here. So I'm just gonna cut it so you guys can see what I do. And it looks like I already chained one, so I can just pull this tail through, pull it, and it's sealed. Okay, so literally here is how you make a cat ear beanie. Okay, I don't even want to take this one off to show you, but I will. So you make a long rectangle just like this. Now how you figure out how big to make it is up to you. There are a few different ways that you can measure to figure out how big you need your cat ear beanie to be. Here is probably the more proper way to do it. Let me take this off for a second. It's going right back on after, because what is my hair right now? So the best way to measure how big you need your cat ear beanie to be is to use some form of soft tape measure. This one would probably be the best, but I don't want to take it out of its little packaging. So we're going to use this one that is like retractable. This is so fun. I got them for $5. It was like a little 3-pack on Amazon for $5. So if you've been needing a tape measure, very good, useful tool for crochet, especially if you make a lot of wearables. Hello, $5 on Amazon. So you just pull this thing and wrap it around basically where the beanie would go around your head. I have already done this, but I will show you for demonstration purposes. Okay, you kind of wrap it like down towards the bottom of your head, like like the nape of your neck, you know, basically where the beanie would be sitting in the back. And take this part kind of around your forehead, however low you want it to be on your head, and kind of, you know, basically go like sort of as snug as you want it. And once you find where that point meets around your head, oh my god, I can't get it off. Rough estimate here, but mine lands somewhere between 23 and 24 inches. Where my other big head girl's at. Bobblehead ass. Okay, anyways, so I already knew that my head is about 24 inches around. Okay, it's big, but your head might be smaller than mine. It might be bigger than mine. So what you need to do basically is be honest with yourself. Okay, take that measurement, right? How I think of it is you take that measurement, divide it in half, because essentially what you're doing is creating just like the front portion, and you're making it really long so that when you flip it over and sew it, you have the front and back. It's like a pocket, you know what I mean? So since my head is 24 inches, you think, okay, 12 inches is how wide I need to make this, or how deep. I guess that's how many rows I need to make. I need to make it 12 inches, right? Except you don't make it exactly 12 inches because crochet items stretch quite a bit. Okay, so if you make it exactly how wide around your head is, it's going to like flop down. There's not going to be any sort of like snugness to it. It's going to not fit nicely like a beanie would. So what I usually do is I take off about between like 2 to 3 inches from the measurement. I think for this one, I took 3 inches off of the measurement, or like 2.5 maybe. So this one I did 9.5 to 9 inches deep. I made that one like months and months ago though, so I didn't exactly remember. I mean, I guess I could have measured it, but like who has time for that, right? So for this one, I just went 10 inches, so I took 2 inches off of my measurement. But yeah, and so I think that this one is going to not fit quite as snugly as that one, but I still think it'll be like nice and chunky and cute. So once you have that measurement, as far as how long to make it, this is like your foundation. Like when you are starting out, you are going to chain a length that is as like long as you need to make it in order for it to like flip up and to have just like nice cat ears, but it's not too long and not too short, so you don't really have too much room for a brim. So how I figured that measurement out is I just took a beanie that I already owned and I flipped the brim down to see kind of how deep it was. And mine measured about 12 inches. And for that measurement, I kind of didn't really deviate from it. I was like, okay, so for this one, I did make it approximately 12 inches long, like this. But for this one here, I figured I don't really mind if the brim is even thicker, like if I add an inch or two to it. So I was kind of lax with like how long I made the chain. As long as it wasn't any shorter than 24 inches, then I was good. So yeah, because however long the beanie is that you love and you own, I think that 12 inches is a standard height for a beanie. But again, we have to double it since we are folding it and, you know, sewing everything together. So as long as it isn't any smaller than 24 inches, I think you're good. That is pretty much the standard size for most beanies. But if you don't even want a brim, if you just want it to be like a beanie that's like flat here with no like cuff, then I guess you could go like 9 or 10 inches and it should be fine. I personally love the look of a cuff. It just feels extra like nice and cozy. So yeah, so for this one, I think it ended up being about 25 inches or so. I just basically chained and chained and chained. And then I took my tape measure and I measured the chain and I think it ended up somewhere around 25 inches, which is fine. So once I did my starting chain, I just started working half double crochets all down the chain. At the end of the row, chain 1, half double crochet back. But I was doing them in the back loop only once I was done with that initial chain. The back loop only stitch is what like causes this ribbing effect. If you just go straight half double crochets like normal, it's going to be kind of a flat piece. It's not going to have that ribbed effect, which if you like that, that's also cool. I love the look of a ribbed beanie. Like that is, again, just like super nice and cozy to me. So all this is 25-inch chain, half double crochet up the chain, and then 10 inches of back loop half double crochets. I don't keep track of rows. I don't keep track of like a stitch count, like unless you're like really particular and you need to count your stitches at the end of every row. Like if you want to count how many chains it took you to make that initial chain, and then, you know, you do your initial row of like the single crochets or half doubles or whatever you choose to do. That way you know that you still have the same amount, but I am so used to crocheting that I can tell when I've reached the end of my row, so I don't really need to count my stitches for this. But always, like, if it helps you, definitely just, you know, keep in mind, okay, this was how many chains I started with, and so this is how many, you know, stitches I should have at the end of each row. But as far as the row count, it really doesn't matter how many rows you have because we all have different tensions. So you know, it might have taken me like 17 rows to get 10 inches, but it might take you 25 if you if you stitch a lot tighter than me. It might take you like 12 if you stitch a lot looser than me. So it all depends, especially also on like hook size and whatever type of yarn you're using. And that is the beauty of cat ear beanies. Any kind of beanies really, but you know, we're talking about cat ears in this situation. So you can use velvet yarn, chunky weight yarn, baby weight yarn. Literally all that matters is the measurements here. It doesn't matter how many chains you have to do, how many rows you have to do, how many stitches you need to make. Like nothing matters except the measurement to get it to fit your head or like the person that you're making it for. And I would suggest, because I know I get caught up in this a lot when I want to make gifts for people, I get like caught up like, oh, but like I don't know their head size, I don't know what, you know, to do. I would say for the most part, if you already own a beanie that you love and you got it from a store, most stores sell beanies in like a one size fits all sort of situation, right? You don't find different sizes of beanies. So I would say that if you want to make a gift for somebody and you don't want them to know about it, so you want to go like measure their head or whatever, just do kind of like the dimensions of a standard beanie that you would find in a store, and it should usually work out for everybody. But the beauty of this is that you can customize it in case you're making it for yourself, you know, and it might be the most comfy beanie that you own because you made it perfectly to fit you. In my case, I did a 25-inch chain and then half double crocheted up for 10 inches. And once I'm done with that, basically what you do is fold it in half. So now you have the base of the beanie. All you need to do is take these two corners here, connect them, and you are either going to sew or slip stitch up this entire side here to close it up. And then when you're done with that, you flip it, you connect these two, and do the same thing on this side. So you can do this in any way you prefer. I truthfully dislike sewing. So what I'm going to do is take my black yarn, and by the way, these like little tails that are left from like starting and finishing the project, I just weave those in afterwards. But what I will do, again, I know, I'm sorry, this is like so hard to see because it's black yarn, but alas. So I stick my hook into like a corner space on one end, and then the matching end that goes with it, I stick my hook into that corner space. You see that? So what I'll do is take my black yarn and just pull it through both. That took a lot. Again, ignore this tail here. So I have the black yarn now that's from my like skein, and I will literally just tie it like that, okay, to kind of secure it. And once it's secured on there, I'll take the working yarn, and now I'm just going to, through every pair of stitches here, slip stitch up this seam. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this well or at all. If you guys do end up wanting like a full-blown tutorial, again, please let me know, but I hope I'm doing like a decent job kind of explaining how this works. Nothing about this has to be perfect. It's so easy to hide mistakes. All this seam is going on the inside of the beanie anyways, because once we're done slip stitching up the sides, we're gonna flip it inside out. So this is what we're working on here, is the inside. But I hope you understand what I'm doing, right? So like here is the rest of the opening, but I have already closed up this like portion here. So once I am done and I get to the end here, we're just gonna switch to the other side. I'm gonna do that off camera real quick. SZA is so freaking good. Okay, so I'm coming up on my last little corner stitch here, last slip stitch, and then how I finish pretty much every project off, or like anytime I need to cut the yarn, I literally just chain one, snip the yarn, and then pull the yarn through, pull it tight, and then that's done. So now this whole side is seamed up. Look, it's like half of a pocket, but now we gotta do the same with this side. So just flip it, and same thing, just through. See, this one is a little bit easier because this is like the final row, so I can clearly see the stitches. This side was clearly the foundation chain, which is always so much harder to see the stitches. But yeah, so I can just go in through this stitch here, come out through the other one. It's still so hard to see with this light. Come out through the final stitch here, and once again, is that a piece of my hair? Yep. Pull the yarn through, tie that up, and then literally just through again every pair of stitches, slip stitch up. I'll meet you when I'm done with that. All right, y'all, on to my very last set of stitches here. Slip stitch, chain one, snip the yarn, and pull that through. And now we officially have our cat beanie done. Well, actually, no, not done. Not done. You know me and how I hate to sew. But basically, the base is done. Look, it's like a perfect little pocket now, a cute little rectangle. So all I have to do now is weave in the tails, which is my least favorite part of any crochet project ever. So again, I'm gonna go do that off camera, and then I'm gonna show you what this bad boy looks like on, which is not gonna be like too crazy of a reveal. You already saw me in the Slytherin themed one earlier, but you know, still, I kind of want to see if this one, if I like the fit of it better, or if I prefer it being a little bit more snug like the 9-inch one. So we'll see. That was an absolute pain in the neck. So here is the finished product, okay? I have all the tails weaved in now, so it officially is a nice, cute little pocket. But now what we're gonna do is flip it inside out. That way all the weaved in tails are in the inside. Make sure to really punch out those little corners there. And then we're gonna fold up the brim. I usually do around 3 to 4 inches for the brim. I just really like a nice tall brim. That looks about right to me. So again, you're looking at it and you're like, okay, square beanie, like kind of weird, right? But then you put it on. OM goodness. Hello? I feel like the cat ears on this one like pop even more than on the Slytherin one. Maybe it's because I made it a little bit taller, but just look at how cozy it looks, you guys. I love it. And now just imagine, I'll probably make like a little community post when I finally do it, but a little yellow moon applique just right here. You guys, that'd be so freaking adorable. It looked like little Luna. And then like when I make the white one and I do the little moon as well for Artemis, so cute. Actually, I kind of feel like, because we are MoonbaeCrochet over here, what if I made a pink one with a little white moon? Yo, that would be like the official, non-official uniform for the MoonbaeCrochet channel. But anyways, you guys, yeah, that was my video on why cat ear beanies are the must-make crochet accessory for this fall and winter season. I hope I explained it thoroughly enough. I hope it wasn't too hard to see exactly what I was doing. Again, like I said, if you really do want like a full-blown tutorial, I can definitely do that one of these days. But I do have a lot of content coming out soon, so you know, it might take me a little bit to get to it, but if you guys really do want a tutorial, please just go ahead and let me know. Have you ever made a cat ear beanie before? Tell me in the comments. I would love to know. And like, what colors have you made them in? So far, this one, and then the white one that I'm currently working on are the only ones that I've made. The white one isn't done, but you know. But I know some people make them in like chunky weight yarn, some people make them in velvet, and it's just like so cool. They're just so like fun and adorable. Like if you just like to have a little fun in your wardrobe, this is definitely like a go-to project. And again, so quick. Depending on how fast you are at crochet, you could churn out so many of these very quickly. I know I addressed this in my most recent community post, actually my only community post so far, my very first community post, but thank you guys so much for over 1,000 subscribers. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. Thank you so much. I am like, I'm beyond, it's beyond like, I can't even talk. Beyond grateful, cannot even comprehend that. I can't even imagine like where it's gonna go from here. I would not be here doing this without you guys, so just thank you. I hope we can continue to keep growing this cute little community. I love it here. I love you guys. So again, just thank you so much for everything you guys do for me. All your likes, your subscribes, your comments, your just amazingness. Just thank you. I hope everybody has a great, amazing, wonderful rest of your evening, since I'm posting this so late at night. Your morning, if you're watching this in the morning, whatever you're having, please enjoy yourself. I appreciate you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Go make some cat ear beanies.